So for a while, I've been seeing these posters in the elevator of my apartment building to sign up for something called Bilt Rewards. If you live in an apartment, maybe you've seen this before too. The sign was saying something about getting rewards for paying rent, and I kind of just assumed that there was going to be some kind of catch or fee. So I didn't really take an interest in it. And honestly, my experience with paying rent has always been to pay with check or direct deposit. I know that paying rent by credit card is just a recipe to having to pay a boatload of credit card fees. But then I saw that Bilt partnered with Mastercard to launch a credit card, and that kind of took me by surprise. The card has been getting a lot of attention and popularity, but really, is it just hype or is it legit? Like Roundup Save's other credit card reviews, we'll be covering both the pros and cons of the Bilt Rewards Mastercard, so you have everything you need to decide if this card is right for you. Hey, if you're new to the channel, my name is Neil and I run Roundup Save with my wife Jenna. We're all about helping to demystify money so we can build wealth that lasts. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, consider subscribing to the channel so we can learn together. Launched in 2021, Bilt Rewards was a first-of-its-kind loyalty rewards program that provides an opportunity for renters to earn points for paying rent and, more importantly, with no fees. The Bilt Mastercard, also known as the Bilt World Elite Mastercard, is administered through Wells Fargo. All transactions on the card build up points that can be used on Bilt Rewards to cover your rent, go towards a down payment on a home, or it can be transferred to airline and hotel loyalty programs, just to name a few. We'll get more into the full benefits of the card pretty soon. But first, let's talk about why it's pretty unique to be earning points on your rent. Rent is no doubt one of the biggest expenses we all have as a percentage of our income. 30% is widely considered to be the standard rent to income ratio. But of course, this entirely depends on where you live, right? You could be a high earner and live in a low cost of living area. You might only be paying 15% of your income. But say if you live in a high cost of living city like New York or San Francisco, you might be paying all the way up to 40% of your income, if not more. Anyone remember the rent is too damn high guy? In either case, not having the ability to earn points on this huge category of expenditure is exactly what Bilt Rewards tries to solve, and I commend them for it. Paying rent by direct deposit or check was just something I always accepted as the best thing to do. But honestly, looking back, it does seem kind of odd that I don't pay for rent on credit card when I pay pretty much everything else in my life on a credit card. The way this all works is that Bilt basically partners with rental property groups all over the US under what they call the Bilt Rewards Alliance to promote the program in front of tenants. And if you're wondering what's in it for these rental properties, well, I would imagine it's gonna look great for them to be giving their tenants or prospective tenants a rewards program, but without all the hassle of managing the logistics of it themselves. Like I said, when I saw that poster in the elevator, it really piqued my interest, but I'm pretty skeptical about things in general when they seem too good to be true at first or until I've done a lot of homework on it myself. If you don't live in a property that works with Bilt, you can still pay your rent through Bilt for free. Bilt will simply mail a paper check to your landlord. However, in this scenario, you won't earn any rewards unless you also have a Bilt Mastercard. So without living in a Bilt affiliated building or having a Bilt Mastercard, you won't earn any rewards. Womp. Okay, so besides the Bilt Rewards core rental benefits, let's talk about some of the other benefits of the card before getting into the overview of the pros and cons. There's no annual fee associated with either the Bilt Rewards program or holding the Bilt Rewards Mastercard. For every dollar spent using the card, you'll earn 1 point on rent, all the way up to 50,000 points annually, 2 points on travel, 3 points on dining, and 1 point for just about everything else. The requirement for earning rewards with the Bilt Mastercard is that you make at least 5 purchases per month. So there's no minimum purchase amount, which is good news. But what this means overall is you'll need to use the card for more than just rent each month in order to be eligible for rewards. Starting back in October of 2022, Bilt introduced a perk named Rent Day for their cardholders, where they can earn accelerated points on all non-rent spend during the 24-hour window on the first day of every month. On Rent Day each month, cardholders will earn 6 times the points on dining, 4 times the points on travel, and 2 times the points on everything else. Rent payments will still only earn 1 point per dollar though. Besides the points that can be earned on travel-related purchases, the Bilt Rewards Mastercard also has 5 other travel perks that are often found with other higher-tier credit cards. Beyond what's noted here, Points can be transferred to one of the 12 travel partners, which could help bring down the cost of your travel even more. We have a video all about how to combine credit card points and airline points, which I'll link down below. You can read more about these perks and even more benefits like self-wind protection on their website. Another quick thing to mention is that as you earn more points throughout the year, your so-called elite status level with Bilt increases. There's 4 elite status tiers: blue, silver, gold, and platinum. Notably, once you get to silver and above, you can start to earn interest based on the average daily point balance for each 30-day period. All right, so to wrap it all up so you have everything you need to make the best decision, there are 4 pros and cons that I'd like to cover. Number 1, rent factors into your credit score, but it can also hurt it too. As with most, if not all credit cards, your rent payments through the Bilt Rewards Mastercard are gonna get reported to credit bureaus. Like we already covered, rent is such a big proportion of incomes that this can really be an important driver of credit scores. Having a solid credit score is really important for when you're looking to take out a mortgage on a home or a car loan. This is a valuable perk since typically this has been a missing link when it comes to building credit. In the past, the only way these agencies might have been informed was in a negative light, like a judgment for unpaid rent or damage to the rental. You might be thinking this already, but this pro can also easily become a con if you're late on your credit card payments, since that would also be getting reported to these agencies too, just like any other credit card. Because it's a big chunk of money each month, late payments could really hurt your credit score. And that brings me to number 2. No annual fees, but higher than average interest rates. The other benefits besides rent that we covered are quite standard across most cards, but the difference typically is those cards will have some kind of annual fee. We did reviews on both the Capital One Venture X card and the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, where we talked about these fees in more depth, and I'll link both of those videos down below. In general, it's worth noting that credit cards with rewards programs tend to have higher APRs, or annual percentage rates, than those without rewards. This is because the issuer is offering rewards in exchange for the higher interest rate, so that they can recoup some of the costs of the rewards program. In terms of the Bilt Rewards Mastercard, its APR, which is the interest rate charged on any balance carried over from month to month, will vary depending on the cardholder's creditworthiness and other factors. It's always a good idea to compare credit cards and their associated fees, rewards programs, and APRs before choosing one that best fits your situation. Number 3, earn points on your rent, but slower than other credit cards. Up until now, many rental properties and landlords just straight up have not allowed rent payments by credit card. Or if they do, they would charge really hefty transaction fees. With the Bilt Rewards Mastercard, there is simply no transaction fee. And for those that reach the Silver Elite status or above, you can even earn interest on your unused points to maximize your earnings. As a con though, cardholders who like to maximize rewards may struggle to quickly earn points compared to other travel and cashback cards. Part of this has to do with the fact that the card doesn't offer a sign-up bonus, which is fairly common these days among other cards. That gives the card poor short-term value compared to some of those top rewards cards where you have the opportunity to rack up a lot of points really quickly in the first few months of holding the card. And finally, number 4, most renters can join Bilt Rewards, but not necessarily the MasterCard. You can use Bilt even if you don't live in a Bilt affiliated building, which I think was a wise feature on Bilt's part because it really broadens and diversifies their market. However, the card is not open to renters with fair or bad credit, which is unfortunate because this group could really benefit from the boost that, a card like this would offer to their credit score. All in all, I'm impressed with the Bilt Rewards Mastercard, and I think that I'm going to consider it for myself as well. Well, that's all guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.